Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? Here with my hubby. His name is Charles, those of you who don't know.
How y'all doing? This is Charles.
Okay, so one of my blessed ones saw one of my other videos and she said that she really enjoyed watching our videos together because it helped her in her new marriage. And I thought about, you know what, I don't know if we ever done a video geared towards new marriages. So those of you who are engaged or you're newly married, or perhaps you were into it a few years and there are a few bumps and bruises, as every marriage has, and you looking for some words of advice, encouragement to help you along the way, or perhaps you've been married a long time and you still are just, you know, searching for some pointers, advice, encouragement. So let's take it away.
Okay, you get started.
Okay, well, I'll start. These are just kind of random off of our head, top of our head, but we have been friends 30 years. Well, I say 30, I just round up. It's been 28 years we've been friends, and April coming 2015 will be 10 years married. So first and foremost, I would say, if at all possible, marry your friend. If you cannot see this man or woman as your friend without the sex and the lust, then I'm telling you, you may possibly be doomed. Marry your friend. Because when you are mad at your husband or mad at your wife, how often are you just mad at your best friend? How often do we really get mad at our best friend? I mean, if you're always mad at your best friend, you got a dysfunctional friendship. So that's number one, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, no particular order.
Okay. New marriages. First, I would have to say that you have to have a trust that must be established. Where I trust my wife. She's getting ready to go on a 7-day cruise.
Hey,
without
2 more days.
But what I'm saying, you have to have a trust. Every time he go out the door, she go out the door. If you can't trust her, you don't need her. I said you got to be able to trust her. And she has to be able to trust you, because you don't have to explain everything, every move that you make. I said because if I can't trust my wife, and I trust her with my life, if I can't trust her, then we don't need to be married, you know. And I just think it's very important and ladies, speaking about trust, and I'm gonna give you a one-on-one here. Now, this is when trust is being broken. This is when something's happening in your marriage. If he get off work at 5 o'clock and it takes him 30 minutes to get home, but now it's taking him an hour and a half to get home, something is wrong. Because every man should want to come home after work if he have a loving wife, a loving home to come to. That's the first place I want to go to, home. I don't want to go to no wing house. I don't want to go to no shake a booty club. I don't want to go to none of them places.
No Hoosiers.
No Hoosiers. No, I don't want to see the gay
Hooters. Hooters.
Hooters. A man ought to want to come home when he get off of work, because this he ought to say, he's saying to himself, I'm going home. I'm going to my wife, who I'm well pleased with, and fellas, I check you later, because guess what? I got something to go home to.
And the reason he wants to come home, ladies, is because you have made it a place that he wants to be. A pleasant. That's a good word. You have made it a pleasant place to want to come home to after a long day's work. First of all, it's clean. It might not be immaculate like the way my mama raised us, but it's clean. So he wants to come home to a clean environment. You're clean. He wants to come home to you fresh, looking good, smelling good. No, I don't mean you got to be all the eyelashes, the hair weave, all dolled up. But I mean, don't look like when he left that morning, or don't look like when you left that morning. I mean, not always, sometimes I do, but not always. He wants to be able to come home to quiet and be able to come home to a loving environment, Not as soon as he comes in, he's got to answer 1,000 questions. He's got to be on the defensive because perhaps you couldn't reach him for lunch, or perhaps it's the bills or whatever it is. You're assaulting him at the front door with all of the problems. It's like, let him come in, let him, relax. Y'all talk about his day, your day. Enjoy each other, laugh, catch up with each other. That's the biggest thing I look for. I look forward to my husband walking in that door every day to catch up with his day. What went on in Peyton Place? No, so I look forward to that. So you want to, just in line with what he said, you want to make your home an environment where he wants to come home to.
I totally agree with that, like I told you. But also, I think that, I know that communication, where you're able to communicate with one another, where you set some rules, where, hey, look here, let's not go to bed angry at each other. Whatever we do, we don't go to bed angry at each other. Where she got to turn that way, I got to turn that way. Let's talk about it. We may go to bed. We may not understand each other's decision, but we ain't going to bed angry at each other. And where I think that's a good rule that newlyweds can establish, because where when something goes wrong, you may not know how to fight fairly, because you're gonna do a little fighting. You have some disagreement, but the one thing you can say, I'm not going to be angry at you. I still love you. I'm still gonna kiss you. I'm still gonna love on you. If you want to make love to me tonight, we still gonna make love. See, and I think that's so important, where you don't take love making and use it as a tool, because when you start taking love making and use it as a tool against one another, that tears the marriage apart. Because now you're saying, oh, if we ain't doing well, we can't make love. Get out your feelings.
Okay.
Get out. That's all you in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Where hey, be mature enough to say, well, hey, guess what? I don't understand why you did that. I don't understand why she did that, but I still want to love you. I still want to hold you. I still want to touch you. I still want to be that one. So
And along with the communication is, ladies, we have a very strong propensity to do this. Do not hit below the belt. Well, ladies, y'all know we don't fight fairly. We don't fight fairly because we feel like if I can't hurt you any other way, I will hurt you with the thing that I know hurts you the most. I will hurt you with my words, with saying something to you that I know that you have confided in me, or you have been vulnerable to me and shared with me, or something from my childhood, or whatever it is, using whatever it is you know about me to hit below the belt. And ladies, once you hit below the belt one time or one too many times, then that man is going to close down. He's going to make a mental check in his mind to say, oh, I'll never share that with her again. I'll never tell her that again. Look how she used that against me. So ladies, we got to fight fair. Yes, you're going to maybe verbally argue, and you might, but how many times you would say we have verbally argued, or we disagree a lot of times on a lot of different things, but how many times would you say, okay, I'm going to show y'all how many times I say, see if you say the same thing. Okay, how many times would you say that we have verbally, in almost 10 years, that we've actually had an argument?
I don't know.
How many times would you say we've had an argument? Argument verbally. Just spitting back and forth to each other.
I got 0. I can't recall we spitting words back at each other.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember 2. I told them 3. I do remember 2.
Yeah.
But then but that was probably so many years ago. That you don't remember. But 2. But it'd be so quick, because it wasn't that's probably why you don't remember. We spat words back at each other for a good minute or 2, and that was it. But anyways, yeah. you gotta, ladies, don't hit below the belt. Don't use something that you know is vulnerable. You know that it's something that they've dealt with in their childhood, or they dealt with in their in their adolescence, or you know that it's something that they're dealing with mentally or whatever. And you say, you know, maybe he might feel inadequate when it comes to finances, and then you tell him, like we saw the lady Jamila on Discovery TV, not Wives with Knives, when she was like, "You punk AB, you know you don't make nothing, you can't take care of me," you know what? And then some other woman started, you know, making him feel good about himself.
I think a lot of that is where you have to realize this right here, and it's also vice versa, where even with the man and the woman, where because in marriage, you want to be able to confide in your spouse. You want to be able to let your guards down. You want to be able to let that little boy come out. You want to be able to let that little girl come out. You want to be naked before them and feel comfortable being naked before them. But if you injure that little boy, injure that little girl, it's gonna be hard for that little boy, like my wife said, and hard for that little girl to ever come out again and trust you. So you have to use a lot of wisdom there, and that's not fighting fair, arguing fair, or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But you have to be to a point where you realizing that, hey, that crossing the line, I just crossed the line, and you don't want to cross that line, because once you cross that line,
ain't no coming back.
Man,
very, very hard to come back.
Very, very hard.
And would you agree that when you talk about the little boy and the little girl, that no matter how, you know, a lot of times as women, we say things to y'all because we think that you all are made of steel, and that when it comes to your emotions, we think because you don't show your emotions as much as we do, or you don't display them as on your sleeves as much as we do, so we just kind of assume that you don't have feelings.
No.
You know, so sometimes, you know, we'll say things to you all to hurt you because we don't think that it's gonna hurt as deep.
No, but like you said, you made an excellent point where he got that middle of the check there. Okay, so this is how she feel. I got that, and I don't care what she do. I'm sorry. Okay, I forgive you, but I still got that scar you just put on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he forgave you, he healed, but still that scar still showing.
Still there, huh?
Still showing.
Like we were talking about scars, and you said scars from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, still showing.
Still showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the last pieces of advice that I want to share is allow room for your husband, your fiance, to make mistakes. We're gonna make mistakes in life. We're gonna make mistakes in our marriages. So allow room. Now, when I say that does not mean you allow room for verbal abuse. You allow room for physical abuse. You allow room for infidelity or consistent infidelity. No, I don't mean that.
No.
Yeah, well, you know, ain't no room in our relationship for no infidelity. But I'm just saying, you know, some people may give you one pass, but you ain't got no one pass. But what I'm saying is, though, that you're gonna make decisions that's gonna be wrong, or that's gonna fail, or I'm gonna make decisions that were not good decisions, that were not good financial decisions, or you might make decisions that were not good business decisions, or or whatever. But allow room for mistake, allow room for failure. A lot of times our spouses, we're so afraid to make a mistake that we're walking on eggshells.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't make your husband walk on eggshells, because that's a bad stage for a man, where he's walking on eggshells in his own house, where let me not say that, let me not make her mad, let me not do this, let me be afraid to spend this, to invest this right here. But also on the other hand, talk to her, just let her know, hey, this is something that I like to try. And most women, if she can't understand, I'm a firm believer in this right here. I know a lot of y'all may not be a firm believer in this right here. Me and my wife, I talk to my wife about everything, decision that we make, and we try to come to some agreement. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Now, but if we don't come to no agreement, now I know this 2014.
This ain't popular.
This ain't popular, but I am the man. And if we don't come to no agreement, we go on my decision, because I don't say I am the man in the essence of authority or power, where I'm subject over her in the sense of I'm just beating her down. Well, come on, I tell you, there's nothing that I withhold from her. I mean, my finance, my money, not sex, not love. I mean, not family or whatever. But I do have the last say, and I do love the fact that by me having the last say, and she may disagree with it, but she's on board 110%.
Sometimes I don't understand it.
You know what I'm saying? And it works out.
And sometimes it don't.
Yeah. But the thing about it is this right here. Since I am the man, since God holds me responsible for me and my house, you know, I can't answer. I can't tell God I did that because
that woman you gave me.
No. God, I did that because I thought that, hey, this was the way that we should go. And also, I'm big enough to understand that God is big enough. If I do make a mistake, He'll correct my mistakes. And I'm big enough to come back to my wife and tell, look at sweetheart, I made a mistake, you know. And so, you know, I don't care. To me, I don't no one want a weak, jelly back man can't make a decision.
And we say, and you're so right. Most women want a decisive man who can make a decision and stand by and take full responsibility for the decision that he made. Yet we incapacitate that man for making a decision because we will get on him so bad, or get down on him, or say negative things to him when he has made a mistake. So now he's incapacitated when it comes to making a mistake because he's scared of going to face her and say, I made a mistake.
I agree.
You know? So ladies, we've got to give room for that man to make a mistake so that he can feel comfortable making that decision and being the decisive man that you want him to be.
And next time that we do a video, I'm thinking that our next video may be this right here. I know y'all gonna get a lot out of it. How a man can be out of position, and his woman can put him back into position.
All right.
Okay.
And we don't mean that kind of position y'all thinking of.
Not sexual.
All right, y'all.
Love y'all. But
Love y'all.
It's a great subject, because sometimes we as men, we can get out of position. But if you have a wise woman, she'll help put you back in position. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.